Hello, everybody, and I would like to thank my wonderful subscribers.
Okay, everybody, and we are going to be finishing story number 3 in this video. So, yeah, if you want the last video at the exact same time it was made, if you were to have watched the first part of the video at the same time it came out, then if I did the math right, this video should come out at the exact time you finished watching the other one. So yeah, let's just continue with the last story. Only a couple minutes. Story 3. Not anonymous.
This happened to me a few days ago.
Ooh.
As a matter of fact, it was my first night of training as a mobile security guard.
Damn.
Before I tell you my story, just want to clarify that a mobile security guard is primarily a security guard that drives around in the vehicle and does site visitation where the client needs security.
Okay.
In this case, it's the GTA of Toronto, but this incident took place at a nearby pharmacy/medical clinic in Mississauga. It was my first night as a trainee, and my supervisor was a nice person, showing me around on how to conduct patrols, write reports, disarm fire alarms, etc.
Okay.
Usually, if an alarm occurs, dispatch notifies us through the radio and asks us to attend the site where the alarm is happening.
Yeah, a police officer.
We arrived at the medical clinic in Mississauga to conduct a regular perimeter patrol, which also meant there was no alarm.
Okay.
We arrived on the site around 1:15 a.m. to make sure everything was normal.
Early.
But as we got out of the vehicle and approached the building, something was terribly wrong.
What?
For one, the underground parking garage was left open. And two, the front door of the building was busted open. My supervisor then said, "What the how is this possible?
Oh no, you don't want to hear
alarm should be
that.
on." I did not know how to react to this, as this was my first time at the site, and according to my supervisor, this was a new contract that the security company I work for got.
Damn, it's
We stepped to the building cautiously, but all of a sudden my supervisor says,
What?
"Look at the elevator. It's going up at different levels."
Oh no.
Sure enough, he was not kidding.
The elevator
was moving from G1, 2, 3, and stopped at level 4, which was the very top.
Okay.
I asked my supervisor if he thinks someone was in here.
Probably.
He immediately nods and pulls out his baton.
What?
At that very moment, I was feeling sick to my stomach and started breathing heavily. At that point, I hated my job and did not want to be there.
Okay.
He immediately went inside the elevator,
It's kind of
went
your
straight to
job.
the top level. I was getting a bad feeling, and some adrenaline was rushing through my body before the elevator door was about to open.
Okay.
As we were going up each level, I was thinking to myself, like, what if something happens, or whoever this person or thing is might not leave without a fight, and possibly even charge at us as the elevator door opens.
You fight.
However, luckily as we arrived at the 4th floor, no one was in front of us, but it was extremely dark. Therefore, we turned on the lights and started investigating the rooms of that floor.
Okay.
My supervisor told me to stick with him, as even he was feeling uncomfortable.
You do not want
He said,
that in
I
a
quote,
supervisor.
"Make sure you stick with me and get ready to bust this fight."
Yeah.
Luckily, no one was there, so we were very shocked and didn't know what was happening until we heard footsteps going down the stairwell.
Oh, somebody coming down.
My supervisor and I were about to open the door to the stairs and chase whoever it was inside.
Yeah.
However, just then, the footsteps stopped and it was very quiet.
Oh no.
We could only hear each other's breathing. What my supervisor said next to dispatch is something I will never forget and still is rattling around in my head. A4, call C25, go ahead.
What is
Dispatch, we need immediate backup. Please be advised someone's in the building with us and they're hiding downstairs, possibly armed and waiting for us to come towards them so he or they can ambush us.
Damn.
Dispatch then tells us to stay where we are and not approach the suspect or whoever it was downstairs, as backup will be arriving shortly. At that point, my supervisor started panicking.
Oh
and
no.
It just made the situation even worse.
Why?
I mean, he should be the one to lead and not feel worried.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't blame him, as this experience was overwhelming and horrifying for me.
Yeah.
Now, my supervisor is only a couple of years older than me, so I preferably call him bro instead of sir or whatever.
Okay.
Bro, just don't worry. I'm sure backup will be arriving shortly, I told him.
Yeah.
You might be wondering why we could not hit the exit and run for it.
Because...
Well, you see, the suspect is on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Which means he could be anywhere. So with the elevator making noises, he or she could be alarmed and immediately stand in front of the elevator blocking our way. The suspect could approach us by coming upstairs, but I guess that he or they figured we could attack him by surprise. So maybe that's why he was quietly waiting at the corner for us downstairs. 15 minutes later, we heard the door open. It was our senior supervisor. His voice echoed out, "Security." My supervisor radioed him and said, "Sir, we're upstairs. Be careful, there's someone downstairs."
Okay.
A few minutes later, the senior supervisor met us upstairs and told us to come investigate with him. Therefore, we did.
Good.
But we looked everywhere downstairs and then each floor and found no one. As we were at the 3rd floor scanning each room and bathroom to see if the person was there, we heard the front door open and heard footsteps running outside.
Ooh.
We were not fast enough to see who it was, because by the time we got to the ground floor, the suspect was gone.
Damn.
Both my supervisor and I were in shock, because we looked everywhere and did not find anyone.
Well, they ran.
Either that person was in a very good hiding spot, or that medical clinic center was haunted. I don't think I'll ever know.
I don't
This was
think
by far the most horrific experience of my life. And coming this weekend, I'll be there again for site visitation.
Shit.
But this time alone, as I'll be trained by then.
Ooh. Okay, now that was a shocking line. Shit. Okay, so if I had to rate all the doors in this video, I would say that the second one was better than the first one, but that the first one was better than the third one. So basically, 2, 1, 3, in that order. 3, obviously, like, he isn't being fairly judged because, like, this was his first ever time, and he was a trainee, so I can't really judge him fully. But yeah, that's how I would rank them. I would definitely want to have the second one, maybe with a weapon, like an actual gun. I don't know, you would need training for that. But like, the issue is that the person who had the weapon, he just wanted to call 911 and couldn't actually think about shooting somebody. And like, you do not have to shoot to kill. You have to shoot to like disarm. Like, shoot their feet or their arms. You don't have to kill them. Just like make sure that they can't like fight or anything. Like, that's all you have to do. Like, the idea that you cannot think about shooting somebody, like, and you have a weapon, it's kind of like, no. What? You were trained in a weapon, and you haven't thought about shooting somebody? Like, I don't know if I could, but like, that's why I don't have a gun. But also, here's another point. I think that if you are trained, to use a gun, you should have to kill something with that gun. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, if you're a homeowner and you want to protect yourself, to get a gun license, you have to shoot a pig. I'm saying that if your job revolves around having a gun, like a police officer or a security guard or something in that area, you should have to shoot something that's alive. It could be a pig, a rat, a tied down bird, any animal. I'm not suggesting humans, okay? I am not. But yeah, I think that will do it for this whole video. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!